Hello and welcome to the last day of SteamCon 2017. I'm joined by Team Stream.
We've got the band back together.
We're all back together for one last ride.
We'll be back. I wasn't permanently kicked out, right?
JJ was pretty good.
Oh, man.
He was very, very good.
I mean, but there's always an opening with...
I don't know why I'm here, so I can always leave.
Yeah. A little bit of housekeeping before we get started. The guys who were in the final of the British Championship qualifier yesterday were both leaving today, so they've not been able to play. They played last night during the keynote, so we didn't get their game. It wasn't recorded, and Henry Kay was victorious. I believe he won 12-4, so Henry Kay won the last chance qualifier.
He won everything.
Won the British Championship. The man in form at the moment. Will he continue that into the World Championship at SteamCon USA?
With, in theory, fresh, ready to go. I mean, we've streamed a few of Henry's games. Was playing Union?
Yes.
I didn't get to see. This is a weird one where we need to have a conversation about the game. I wasn't watching.
In the last chance qualifier and playing Farmers in the British Championships.
Oh, okay.
He wants to test out some new guilds.
Seems reasonable.
But for today,
we were going to do the Homelands Cup, but a few too many drinks last night, a few...
The sign-ups were waning.
Wheezy heads
tournament's looking a bit slim
coffee
today.
for everybody.
Yeah.
Sign-ups looking a little bit slim, so we're not doing the Homelands Cup, so we've got an exhibition match, I guess you'd call it.
It's going to be an exhibition.
Between Jay Finnegan and Jamie Perkins. Lead developer?
You can see it, Staff Jamie up there in the top right.
Senior developer. That
Sorry,
just means he's old. That doesn't necessarily increase his stature within the development team.
Butchers versus Hunters.
Butchers versus Hunters. Butchers being championed by Jay and Hunters being championed by Perkins. I don't want to say it's going to be a whitewash, but I think Perkins is going to win.
I don't know, because a little peek behind the curtain for those watching. Jay didn't really want to play.
No.
Because he was worried everyone would be mean about him.
I'm going to be terrible against Perkins, and they're going to be mean to me.
This is one of those great situations in a game where you go into it assuming you lose.
So I'm going to be so mean.
So you've got everything to play for. And if he's able to beat Perkins, knowing Jay as I know Jay, he will never let it down.
No.
And this YouTube video will be like on his Twitter, perma-linked.
Yep.
Linked in the Facebook groups every week, just as a reminder.
Score predictions.
Come to Vengeance and watch me beat Perkins again.
I want to know what you think.
Score predictions.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Wash out.
12-6 to Perkins.
Yeah.
I was thinking
12-8, actually. 12-8. Jay's not as bad as we're giving him credit for here.
Credit for?
Credit for.
You are so bad, I'm going to credit you on it.
It's Sunday.
It doesn't matter. This is the last day.
I'm going to go for 12-6 to Jay.
12-6 to Jay? Oh.
You think Jay's going to win?
Yeah.
Are you just trying to be like...
No, I'm not just trying to be controversial.
Yeah, you are. I know you.
So the reason I say that is having seen how Jay plays this team, it's a team Jay is very comfortable with. He usually does the whole fully load fillet.
Every single turn.
If we see Jay change that, I think he can win.
Yeah.
If Jay does not change that, I think it's unlikely.
If Theron gets pinned, Theron gets the pin off, then...
Yeah, which is why you need to spread it a bit better. But that being said, it entirely depends on Perkins' setup. The access to dodges Philip has, and being able to just bounce through. She can get what she wants off most. There are players in that Hunter lineup that are easier to get what she wants off.
Yeah.
But if you have to go towards Theron, you can get what you want.
Yeah.
But it entirely depends on where it goes. No forest on the table.
Do a quick rundown of the teams.
Where do we want to start? Butchers or Hunters?
Perkins is playing Theron, Fahad, Zarola, Hearn, J-Car, and Minx. And Jay Finnegan
is playing Boar, Fillet, Meat Hook, Princess, Tenderizer, and also Minx.
Minx off.
So both quick teams.
Both very quick teams.
The thought of Hearn with, Midnight Offering, which is the Zarolo, and it is Midnight Offering, where he can do a jog. Very often just kind of seen for the missile with Cena.
Yeah. Theron there, jogging up, kicking off.
It's always horrible when you see throw on kick-off because you know what's coming.
Yeah. So Perkins here coaching Jay of how this all works. Saying, so how this works is I kick off clock, and then you're on clock.
So just to clarify, my prediction was 12-6 to
Jay.
To Jamie.
I've got an important announcement to make, guys.
Okay.
There's apparently bacon and sausage baguettes that have arrived for staff at some point. So.
So stream
so
over,
we're
guys.
cancelling the stream.
The team stream reunion has
Short,
been cut
short.
short.
I think if we just leave this running, these guys will never know.
Yeah. No.
We are having some saved, so it's okay.
Oh,
we will get some. Just thought I'd interrupt your train of thought there with wonderful
This is
breaking sandwich news.
We do very often, like thinking back historically through the team stream content.
Yeah.
We historically nearly always talk about food at least once during each commentary. So it's probably for the best that continues.
Yeah. So whilst these guys get started, last night's keynote.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, big
How
news.
good was that? Big news all round.
Big news all around.
I'm excited to learn what's happening in our company.
My personal favourite that came from it was the question we had in the Q&A section afterwards, asking what we were going to do to stop Guild Ball from growing stagnant. Like, did you just watch
Did you just see the keynote?
Like, there was at least a good half an hour of Guild Ball stuff in
10
there.
new guilds.
Yeah, and major different styles of it's not like just more models. It's like a complete shake up with the way how the guilds are. I don't know if you want to explain what that is, Alex, as one of our developers.
So we've announced the minor guilds. That is MINOR.
Yeah, not like
ER.
miners. Down the mines.
And then your regular guilds that you see as we stand now. Basically, every guild that is currently out is known as a major guild. So the guilds that have generally at least access to 12 players is kind of the minimum. They are your major guilds.
Yeah.
Each major guild will eventually have a minor guild.
Yeah.
And then each of those 2 players from that minor guild can play into the major guild, and 2 players from the major guild can go into the minor guild. So upon release, there will be 6-man plastic boxes, and upon release, they will come with 6 players, so a playable team with your captain. Assume they have a mascot, and then 4 players. And then there will be 2 players from the major guild that they are linked to. So the example that was given is the Rat Catchers have been announced as the first minor guild. They are the minor guild of the Morticians.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have 2 players. I can't remember off the top of my head which 2 it was.
Pelage and Scourge.
Are they the 2?
The 2 that go up.
So they are the 2 that can play for the Morticians.
Correct.
And then there are 2 for the Morticians which will be able to play for the Rat Catchers.
Vet Graves and Bonesaw.
And that is Veteran Graves and Bonesaw. Veteran Graves obviously makes a lot of sense fluff-wise.
Yep.
And that's not all.
Bonesaw going over.
Oh, yeah.
SteamCon US, there'll be some more news.
There will be, I believe, at least one more of them announced at SteamCon US.
I think there's one planned, but who knows? The
There
guys
is
can
one
get pretty
planned.
loose-lipped.
There is one plan, but you see, SteamCon UK, we knew going into the keynote, there's things we need to hold for SteamCon US. It's not fair to give it all up away up here. But once it's SteamCon US, it's like, well, there's not one after this, so
that's just
they won't have that niggling thing at the bottom of back of Matt's head that's like, I can't say anymore because I'll get in trouble because this is planned. But after that, there aren't plans.
If you're attending SteamCon US and you want to get spoilers out of Matt, get him some delicious bourbon.
Yeah.
Yes, he will give anything up for bourbon.
Just give it all. So, getting back to the game.
Oh, God.
We're seeing some positioning going forwards, and now we've got a Theron activation going straight into Boar. Brave of Jay. Some might say stupid to commit Boar so far up the pitch with a fully stacked Theron looking straight at him.
I don't know. Is this
bait?
the bait and switch?
I also don't know.
So, for those of you who are, obviously Ronan is here for every stream, but we are commentating, he is not. Ronan does not play Guild Ball.
No.
And he is the guy that is in charge of swapping to the dice tray for dice rolls, and he's got a very good knack of knowing when to swap to it without
Alex,
any idea.
We have improved.
I've automated that. Dice
We have a dice cam.
Always on.
And get this. So for us, it's reverse. We still have to flip it in our mind, but for the guys at home,
You've got it, so it's the correct way around.
correct way around.
So not only did you upgrade from me to JJ, you've also upgraded the dice tray.
Yeah.
Forging our own way.
Yes.
Oh, this guy with his taglines.
Yep.
So basically, Boar getting railed on. At some point, I'm assuming we're going to get some push dodges to start to drag him backwards.
Yeah,
He's on the floor and he's snared.
You say we would want some push dodges, some pushes and then some dodges.
Do you not have push dodges?
No.
Oh. Why would anyone play him?
Just a bit of housekeeping. How do those players sound in your ears? I can't hear them. They all right?
Being a little bit louder.
A bit louder.
I've not heard any damage declared or anything.
Yeah,
You can hear dice being rolled. Yeah. That's satisfying.
But it is Perkins.
Perkins has got rid of his learning aid dice.
Oh yeah, he's got his he's got pips. I think Perkins might clock out because he can't.
He can't register it.
Yeah.
So I used to mock Perkins all the time for the fact that he had, not only were they perfectly square and not rounded, but they kind of had numbers on them, but they were weird like pastel colours and they were solid colours. And they just looked like something that I would give to a child who I was teaching how to count at school. And I wonder if my bullying has pushed him to get new dice.
Guys in chat saying, "Oh, Jay pushing boar there is the famous boar gambit, where you send him forwards to be bait."
A punch bag.
Yeah. So I assume from the tokens that we can see off Philip there that she's been tooled up.
Yeah.
And probably Swift Stance waiting to come on.
So, and then basically this is Jay goes with Philip now or never because Zarola will be midnight offering him back if that doesn't happen.
Back behind the forest. If they're on getting light-footed from the errata.
Yep.
In June. Getting light-footed.
So Tenderize has just moved up. Jay didn't see the thing he needed to capitalise.
I think Jay's used to the playstyle of I go last with Philip because she is my captain and I have last activation, which is good for me.
He does have the ball. He can, at the very least, probably
pass,
score.
4-inch dodge. Go kill something.
Or score.
Or score.
She is a striker. That is a very frequently forgotten thing about Philip. She is a striker.
She's the Butcher's Guild, Alex. Even Ronan could tell you the Butcher's Guild focus on killing
Ronan,
things.
could you tell me that the Butcher's Guild only focus on killing things?
Yes. I can confirm.
That I can confirm what Jamie just said is accurate.
Yeah.
Ronan can indeed say that.
I can say it. I have the ability.
We're continuing the theme. I don't know if you ditched the theme of high-level play, low-level commentary, but it's back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. We had high-level play and high-level commentary.
Oh, wow.
Luckily, we're not getting either now.
Why did you ask me back?
Oh, the crowd.
Nostalgia. Nostalgia.
Yeah, it's that nostalgia kick.
Remember the old days when we didn't know what we were doing?
Back in the war. So Hearn's just basically teleported into the forest that Theron put there and is continuing to absolutely beat the hell out of Boar.
Classic forest teleportation there.
Boar is, I believe, taken 8 damage from the look of the card. I should have been marking this, but I wasn't.
Lazy.
That is accurate.
Wow, everything hits there from Hearn. Mentos 3 and Mentos 2 from Hearn.
Mentos 5 damage in total. And I believe Boar has 7 left.
Perkins there with 6 momentum versus 0 for Jay.
That is 7.
2, 4, 6. No, he has 6. I predicted.
He just said 7.
Yep.
Is he cheating?
I predicted the heroic being used.
Of course you did. Why didn't
Perkins
you say that?
Has 6 momentum.
Wait.
Oh, I didn't think anyone would need the confirmation that was going to happen. Like, that's such a standard play that I knew it was going to be 6 at the end of Hearn's activation.
So,
wow, what a widget.
What a widget. Momentum.
So is Boar,
I was trying to work out why he looked at me then.
I'm assuming Boar has activated.
Yes.
Always.
Yeah, he's snared on lockdown.
But has he activated?
He wouldn't get that far up the pitch without being...
He might. Passed it to him.
Or pass it off from Boar.
Where is the ball? On Minx?
It's on Minx. Minx there.
So we say Butchers are... Their game is to try and take out as many of the opposing players. What are the Hunters? Are they a football? Are they a takeout? How do they genuinely win a match?
A mix. They are... So the best way to explain them is they focus on hit and run style stuff. So you're not necessarily aiming to specifically score or take people out, but whatever you do, you're aiming to do it without it costing you anything.
A bold move from Jay. He's unsnapped the ball, moved up and tried to, I guess it, but the marked target on Theron.
Big boy. It's actually decent play, risky, but
until they're all just midnight offerings in a way. I mean,
it would have been a good play if that happened before Tenderizer happened, because it forces Perkins' hand. And this is just going to be a midnight offering him back, and he's going to wander away.
Jay there saying, "Don't show me the card; it'll look bad on stream."
Yep. Don't worry, Jay. We got you.
We got you covered, mate.
Ooh, fade.
Because I'm just going to jog back, so I'm just outside of your range.
Yep.
And
then Jay just sort of saying, "Don't forget, she can quick foot as well." And Perkins is like, "Yep."
Yes, I'm aware.
I know.
I helped write that card.
So you two had a game last night after everything was said and done.
We did, yes.
We did have a game.
Who won? What happened?
I think the crowd won.
Yeah, the people watching
The people won.
I definitely saw some shenanigans while I was there.
We used alternate rules.
Yep.
At some point, I was trying out Blacksmiths for the first time.
Yeah.
Jamie was using Union.
Yes.
And I decided at some point
I was cheating
to go for...
You were both cheating to make you win, by what I saw.
So I let Jamie score in turn 1 with Strongbox because that seemed like something I would like to happen. And then Jamie tried to finish off Alloy to win, or put him... You would be on 10 at that point, right?
Yes,
I was on 10, you were on 8. We both scored 2 goals.
Uh-huh.
And then I did a counter-attack with Alloy with his range of melee, which was definitely not adequate, and then flew off on a crate that was next to him as terrain.
Yes.
So he couldn't...
It was a loot crate.
It was the loot crate. So we didn't really play by the actual rules. Jamie technically didn't lose.
Right.
I scored 12
and I
VPs.
technically did lose.
Yeah.
Okay.
But these are technicalities.
Yeah.
Everyone won.
Yeah. I feel like a winner right now.
Yeah.
But
it was nice to see the Strongbox goal is definitely possible.
Yes. Yeah, it was kind of one of those... I mean, there was a Hand of God moment where you had mispositioned him to the point where even though everything... Oh, and you re-rolled a kick that he failed.
Yes, to pass back. Yeah.
Because that's a new thing now that he can do.
It's chilling out.
Yep, that's how that works.
It's the Giblin errated version.
Giblin errated version. And then my favourite thing of the Giblin errata was when Strongbox made his, half an inch dodge entirely out of activation.
Yeah. Well,
no trigger, just whenever he likes. Just
it was half the legendary.
It was half a legendary.
Half a legendary.
So it was a leg.
Yeah, it was a leg end.
Right, what's happening now?
We saw Philip there jog forwards and throw out a pain circle onto Theron and Zarola. Didn't hit Zarola, but did hit Theron.
I feel like I got hit with a pain circle this morning. So.
Ooh.
Do you know what pain circle does?
I got a feeling it's going to do damage.
Yes.
So if you read the one in the middle...
Hold on.
Come on, we'll see if he can pick it apart.
You've seen enough games.
Okay, so pain circle, I'm going to say because it's got a circle in it, it's going to be an AoE.
Yeah, how big is the AoE?
3 inch.
That is correct.
That's correct.
Yeah, I knew that. It's fine. And it does 2 damage.
She's tooled up, so he's correct.
It would do 2 damage because she's tooled up. What else does it do?
Importantly.
It knocks you down.
No, but it is a condition.
Bleed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, mate, I'm on
Got
this.
it in 1.
Oh, my goodness.
Watch out, you
Ronan,
guys.
King of Guild Ball
That's
Kelly.
it.
J-Car coming in here. Charge in. Look at those dice. He's wrapped the full playbook twice.
That's not great for Jay. It's not quite... Oh, it is the full playbook twice.
And to confirm, a wrap is when you roll enough dice to fill the playbook once, so you have 1 selection, and then you get however many dice, you can then unlock the columns in the playbook an additional time. So technically 2 moves if you wrap enough.
2 attacks.
Or even more. Can you do more than 2 moves?
A very, very sort of multi-purpose food option.
Well, every time yesterday when Jamie and JJ were talking about wraps, I just kept thinking,
Food.
like, my
Tortilla
name is
wrap.
JJ, I'm here to say.
That's so good.
Just imagine everyone doing nice little wraps.
So
So Jake are then taking his...
back to the shadows, go and score at the top of turn.
So this gives you, being able to look at the table now, Ronan,
We're on
it
2
gives you a
points
pretty
for
good
Perkins.
idea of what I meant when being able to go in, get what they want, and suffer nothing in return.
Just say it out loud.
Jamie Perkins has scored 2 points.
Okay.
He needs the score updating.
Okay, I didn't hear Alex was talking over you. Come on, Alex.
I'm a bad
sort it out.
person. I'm sorry.
No, sorry.
So,
right, now
trying to
Alex, you
teach you
carry on.
Guild Ball, Ronan.
Yeah, okay, let's do this. Let's
So you
go.
can see, looking at the table now, Finnegan has a dead Boar, which is what those 2 VPs came from. So Boar, who was sitting in the middle here, is now dead.
Right.
He will be coming back on somewhere. I would imagine he needs to be careful where he puts him on. But Perkins has kind of got a nice line across the middle of the pitch and has achieved a decent amount. He has had nothing done to him bar the 2 damage from the pain circle that landed on Theron.
And the bleed. Oh, he probably cleared that.
And then the bleed that went off. Jamie Perkins, this is going to get confusing, so I've got Jamie next to me. There's Jay and Jamie, so I'll call him Perkins.
Perkins, Finnegan, and Giblin.
So Perkins was able to take him out, suffer nothing, despite the fact that Finnegan has a player capable of covering almost the entire pitch with a small, very small window, just from being able to move players around outside of the activation. And then Perkins is able to, right at the end, have a player that's slingshotted up here. So these are Jay's models.
Right there, just...
And up here, this is one of the hunters.
Oh, what, the one with the little greeny thing next to
Yeah,
it?
so he's
the
just
one
been
at the top
able
with the snow
to
base.
get a player and then start to kind of really force himself upon Jay. Jay Carr, the player that is up there, has a trait that means when he deals damage, he can bounce 4 inches backwards from where he is. And that's a dodge, so he doesn't take a parting blow. So if he's engaging someone, he doesn't take a hit when he goes away. So he's like that perfect example of someone that goes in, hits someone, and then runs away afterwards.
So he's now going to try and run away.
No, he's going to try and score a goal.
So the
Okay.
ball is dropped here, so Jay Carr's going to go, do some punches, get some momentum, and run away.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest, a lot of this is going over my head. This is a lot of terminology.
You'll take it in, eventually. It's kind of like one of those things where I'm just going to stand there and cram it, and eventually it will stay in.
But by all means, cram it in me until it stays in, Alex. That is absolutely fine.
Apologies, everybody.
Lewd Ronan. This is what Ronan does when
Ronan
Ronan's
don't-
here.
This is what's going through Ronan's mind whenever we're talking. It's like, I wish I had a microphone.
Yeah.
I've got some
People
bangers
need to hear.
say right
People
Some
need to hear
insightful
this.
comments to go in.
That's
there.
me.
So, Jacob there applying gut and string to me hook.
So gut and string reducing the defense by 1, putting her at 3-1
Come on, three's a non, effectively, for Jacob.
because he has
Anatomic.
anatomical precision. That is
And
a hard word to
rolls
say early on
2
Sunday.
Rolls 2 successes from his 6 dice. Takes a dodge. And 2 damage.
I'm guessing 2 damage.
Had it confirmed by the stream that Theron did take bleed. Perkins didn't bother to clear it. Two momentous damage and a double dodge. Meehook's taken 6 damage, leaving her on 8 health at the left. Perkins using that dodge to disengage himself, snap the ball. Put down the trap in front of ball, do you reckon?
I would assume so.
No, and a tenderizer, because he needs to be careful of the counter charge.
What happened? Now taking bets on Perkins having knee slider. For that scumbag knee slider, whip back to the shadows.
So Jay, something I missed, and I wanted to point it out because I thought it important to say. Jay said turn 1 didn't go as he planned.
What was the plan?
Exactly, right?
He didn't have one.
He didn't have a plan. I think Jay was living off a muscle memory of 6 on fillet, Tula up, Swift
Yeah.
stance. Well, not Swift stance, there's no boiler, but
Slowly ramp it up because I'll get someone. Because
Yeah.
for you to be able to have an impact in the game, you're leaving someone in range.
Yeah.
And just was never properly aware of the midnight offering. And then
so Perkins there.
Perkins just moving up to stay outside.
Perkins measuring is 7, showing the 6 inches from tenderizer, saying, right, I'm just going to the edge of this, just going being outside. Jay declaring counter charge. Perkins saying, no, I'm staying outside of range.
Yeah.
Gets into tapping range, cancels out.
And does get a goal.
Just get a goal.
So that is
Oh,
6-0.
do we see it? He's got back to the shadows.
Wait, so
So
that's a goal? Definitely
is-
a goal?
Definitely a goal. 6-0 to Perkins.
Didn't use the dice tray. What a monster.
Go and engage board to stop him from doing anything because he doesn't have any influence.
Oh, that's a big yawn.
Solid plan. And causes the team to have to turn around and come backwards if they want
to deal with Jacob.
So this is what, our 11th match of Guild Ball in 3 days?
Yep.
How have you guys found it? This is my first.
It's actually been really good.
Yeah, it has actually. It's been really fun.
The quality has been really good. Something I know I'm going to need to do for the next stream is get a lot of games in with farmers and a lot of games in with
What's
blacksmiths,
up?
so I have a deeper understanding. I'm really glad JJ was here. Obviously preparing for the World Championships, he's looked at those teams a lot and has quite a deep insight into them.
You can tell a game's good when even I can get excited and tense by it.
Yeah, the
last game we had yesterday.
The game yesterday, Stephen Easton versus James Long. All three of us, like, I had goosebumps. Like my knees were
Yeah, it was actually
I was bouncing, edge of my seat. Like, oh god, this is like.
and you can see it in them as well.
And
Their
both
hands
those
are
players,
shaking as
hands
they were
shaking away.
measuring.
Really? What
It
was
just-
the matchup?
Blacksmiths versus Fishermen.
Right.
Corsair versus the team you played
team I
in your
played.
game. And it was Steve Easton was absolutely dominating the first half of it, but because they were a brand new team, spent so much time on his turns that he was 5-0 up, but 20 minutes down on his clock.
Ooh. Yep. That.
And then
it's
obviously
not
we were
great.
like, well, Fisherman will score a goal, and that puts it at a 1-point differential. But James has plus 20 minutes on his clock, so we'll win this because Corsair will kill someone eventually.
Yep. And
with avarice
you'll
and greed.
probably score.
Yeah, and he had the ability and the know-how and the sort of the nous to kill the ball on Tentacles and Hag and keep them away from all the fights. And
Was that the way it went?
no, so then just not knowing what they do, there were lots of gotchas being pulled. Like, oh, this person has unpredictable. That's a waste of 5 influence on avarice and greed.
Oh.
James Long didn't know about that you can't lure someone over an obstacle.
Right.
Cast lure, walk someone into it, expect them to come into the Corsair Death Ball. Steve Easton, you can't do that. Here it is in the rulebook. James like, oh, well, I've declared it and I rolled it, so that
That's
sucks.
what it is.
But it is what it is. Tried it with drag as well. Again, exact same thing. Can't push me over an obstacle.
The
James,
lower one's interesting. I hadn't realised that because it's a jog and you can jog over.
Yeah, that's one. But both JJ and I were taken aback by that. We were like, all right, it's in the rules. It's black and white. We can't argue with it. But it feels like it should be able to.
Like the drag I get with it when it's like a reposition that isn't an advance.
Yeah, because
That-
you
I
can
get
jog
that.
over obstacles, and it becomes a jog from lower directly towards and counts as friendly. It would seem like you should be able to.
Yeah, that's a peculiar one.
Get that on the developer team schedule. Let's have a look at that, eh?
Yeah.
Have a look at that one, eh?
Have a look at that one, eh, mate?
Get that
Well,
one looked at.
I think for balance, it is quite good though.
So it
gives you.
I would love to
positional
say
play.
I will have a look at it, Ronan.
Yes.
Sly plug. But I am not currently working on Guild Ball.
Oh.
What are you working
What
on?
are you working on?
I am currently working on God Tier, which we can finally talk
Yeah.
about.
Which is, as the keynote revealed last night, is our new fantasy.
I believe the tagline was Legacy Fantasy Miniatures game, or some combination of those 4 words.
Yeah.
I'm
But what does
excited.
that mean, Alex?
So generally within sort of tabletop and board gaming, legacy means permanent changes.
Yeah.
It's when I am altering something I am doing within the game means I alter something I'm using in the game for the duration of it.
So it doesn't mean old.
Does not mean old. So
Okay.
it means so some examples would be you use a card and one of the effects of the card on the card itself, it says you use this card, after you've used it, rip it up. Not allowed to use it
Oh,
anymore.
really?
Yeah. Like you
That's-
do one use. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Interesting.
Literally one use only.
That's pretty cool.
So I don't think we'll be doing the ripping cards up. I think we're going to follow some form, whether it be the stickers or slide over like sheets
Yeah.
to alter cards and the way they look and the abilities your champions have.
Yeah.
And as they advance through the campaign, it's a more narrative campaign-based game. You can choose the kind of shape your champions as you wish to have them. You have a resource called God Tiers, and you can advance your guys up as they go. And then once you finish your campaign, you're done. That is your champion advanced. You can do it again if you wish and make different choices, but you can't go back on the choice you made in a campaign. If you've chosen to take an ability or an alteration to an ability, that's the one you have for the duration of that campaign.
Cool.
It's aimed to be sort of 60-minute games, so you can get a few in at a game night.
That sounds nice and easy to stream for us.
Does
Wonderful.
Yes, I'm very excited about it because I love dwarfs.
Yeah. Well, we revealed a few of the characters, and we've got, for those people who are here at SteamCon, we've got one of them painted.
We've got Rangosh painted by
And it
Angel
looks-
Geraldes.
Is he in the cupboard?
He's in the
In the
cabinet.
cabinet.
In the cabinet
Yeah,
now.
he's in the
Go and have a
cupboard.
look at that.
He
In the
looks
cupboard.
real gorgeous.
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 I see a pin there.
Got some orange juice here, guys.
Takes
Get
2
that,
damage
get that
and
energy
snared.
levels up.
Thank you very much. So is that pinned on Tenderizer?
Pinned on Tenderizer.
Pinned on Tenderizer.
So that's 2 damage and snared. And spends 1 to heal Theron to heal himself. Jay checking what can Hearn do.
Anything he wants.
With that forest being within 4 inches, Hearn is super mobile. So Hearn has forest placement, which you correctly identified as forest teleportation earlier.
Yeah, that's me.
Uh,
I did that.
That's
Hearn-
something I did.
Hearn can place himself anywhere touching that forest and then make a move.
What?
Jack, good old Jack Tom Selleck.
Wait. All right, let's break this down.
Yeah.
Okay, so he can place that.
No, he can place himself.
He can place himself
Yeah.
Within that circle.
anywhere within that circle.
Yes, as long as
Touching it.
as long as his base is touching it, it could be the very back
But he.
edge.
Okay, so all right, let's take it. Let's roll back. Rewind.
Okay.
Let's go back.
It's too much.
Okay.
It's too much. It's
Yeah.
too much.
All right. Let's really let's
Break it
Come on,
down.
guys. Come on, guys. Let's get serious now. Let's really break this. Let's get into this. Right. So where was he at first? Where was
So
he?
he is-
Did he moved first,
So
or did
Hearn,
he?
Hearn here.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, got ya.
The big guy.
currently
Good guy.
back there.
Yeah, guy with the spear right at the back.
Yeah. So he can take himself off the pitch and just place himself for cost of nothing, touching that green circle.
Someone else placed that green circle.
And Theron placed that green circle.
Right. So that's teamwork right there.
Yeah.
It is teamwork.
It's
That's
teamwork.
wonderful stuff.
It's synergy.
Okay, I'm learning.
But after he's done that, he can then do his normal move. So he's
Oh.
very mobile. So he can jump over people and then go and get someone that's behind him. Or he could do that and then walk away. So what Perkins did in turn 1, he teleported him in, beat on Boar a bit, and then walked him backwards afterwards so that he wasn't in range to get hit himself.
Right.
What we saw there, just going back to the game, is Minx walked over, passed the ball to Philip. Philip took the dodge.
And then mark target Fahad, I think.
Can't see Farhad, so it was a roller.
Is this Zarola?
No, that's Farhad. That's a massive 40 mil base.
And this is
Also,
Zarola.
like,
Yeah.
it's an animal.
There we go.
Yeah, it's a cat.
It's a defo cat, mate.
Definite cat. Cat
Definite
confirmed.
cat
So we
confirmed.
have a second angle on the table, and it's really easy to see what the models are if you look at that.
Is that a
camera.
hint? There you
Oh,
go.
pro tip. That is way easier to see what the models are.
All right, guys. I feel like that's some sort of
It's not,
big.
it's not digging you. It's just introducing
yeah,
Alex.
Yeah. Sorry, I should have
You've
edited.
made
second
many
camera.
upgrades.
I
I
should-
could have done with a talk through the rig before I sat down. Clockwise, also easier to see.
Yep.
26 minutes on Perkins, 30 foot. So Jay's going to win on clock. New
That's it.
prediction.
Okay.
Lock that in.
So do you think Jay's basically lining up to try and score to save face?
Yeah. Perkins. Perkins.
I love the very brief. Yeah.
Perkins has told Jay Zerola has unpredictable movements. I think Jay's going to forget. Perkins is going to feel bad and not take it.
Do you reckon?
No. Perkins is going to crush him into the
Why
wall.
isn't Philip going to go into Fahad?
It might.
And a momentous 2 damage
Momentum.
from Minx onto Meat Hook, I believe.
So, going back to God tier.
Yes.
We've announced a very unique way of
Introducing
the game concept to people.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think, as far as I'm aware, it's the first time it's ever been done in the gaming industry that I've seen for miniatures gaming.
I think as like the way of introducing a new product, I think that's probably fair. Like the way we're looking at doing it isn't a million miles away from basically like how Kickstarter is perceived to be meant to be used. And Kickstarter's very much come away from that model of I have a cool idea. If you think it's a cool idea too, help me make it a reality. But Kickstarter's kind of come away from that, where I think it's fair to say it's almost become like a pre-order platform.
Yeah.
To the point where if you are a company that use Kickstarter as we do, almost frown upon the fact that the game isn't finished when we put it on.
I was going to say, the common misconception now is that Kickstarters are finished products and you are buying into something that is finalized. I know we felt it during the Dark Souls Kickstarter and the Resident Evil Kickstarter, where we're like, we're making this game. It's in development now. Nothing is final that we're showing you. People are saying, I need to see the rulebook before I pledge. Like we're starting the project. Like, we've got the groundwork in place, and we've got the rawest of files. Wow.
So we do have, I believe that's a charge from Philip.
That's a charge from Philip into Fahad.
And 4 successes.
With a defensive stance. Jay spiking dice. 4 hits.
I'm guessing it's going to make him bleed and does.
Just do the bleed pulse. 2 damage to Fahad. Taking Fahad there down to 4 health. Feel it now, +1 damage with a dodge. Gets 2 hits, which is 2 momentous damage and a dodge. 2 health left.
So now Jay has to be very careful because there is not a result on that playbook low down that he won't kill the cat.
Yeah. And he is within an inch, so as long as he hits the cat, which he does. So momentous death, so Jay is up to a point. He's off the board. He's off the starting blocks.
He's going. Come back on. So now we can win on clock.
Wonderful one.
Now the math checks out.
Yes. Well, I saw this coming, obviously.
I think I remember you saying about it as well.
Oh, get ready for Who Are You?
Oof. Oh, it goes in.
Jay scores 4 more points. Jay's on 5.
Wow. What a season.
So Jay on 3 momentum. Perkins on 2. Jay now deciding whether he wants to take the 4-inch dodge that you can make after scoring a goal.
I feel like Jay's legitimately kind of getting into a stride now.
Yeah,
like he seems a bit more like... I find sometimes I have games like that, especially with guilds. If I haven't played in a while or a new guild, turn 1, I'm like, can't see the forest for the trees, no idea what I'm doing.
Oh, I
can't
get
see
it.
the forest for
That's
the
a good
trees.
one. I understood
He's playing
that.
the hunters. And Theron put down a forest.
Yep.
I also
Forests
think
have trees.
Forests do have trees, and you can't see through them.
You can't see them unless you stood in them.
Yep.
I also think
that's accurate.
It doesn't help when you're playing against Jamie Perkins on a stream where he knows that we are potentially making fun of him.
We have not done that.
We
Potentially.
haven't. I've
Guaranteed.
We may do. We probably
It
will.
may escalate.
We haven't yet, so I think that's probably why he's sensing the good vibes. He's sensing the lack
any
of
point the
negativity.
temptation sets in, I remember that there is a bacon sandwich
Yeah, it's
what,
literally about a foot
like
away.
5 feet from me,
Yeah.
just beckoning me.
My stomach is grumbling. I had the continental breakfast, but it's never enough, is it?
No,
No,
never
never
enough.
is.
Even though you can literally take as much as you want,
You
it's
can eat as
never
many.
enough.
I
You
feel
can
like
eat as much
breakfast-
pastries, as much bread, as much cereal as you want. But
Breakfast
it's
in
never the
general is
same.
never enough. I'm always hungry by like 10. I
So-
feel like at work, we're usually there at 10 looking at each other like, I'm hungry, I want lunch.
Is it lunchtime yet? No, you just got
No.
here.
Yep.
Ah, damn it.
Coffee.
So
Yeah.
Hearn takes his teleport.
Yep.
And I think Jamie's saying, I'm not taking the ball yet, but I am probably going to.
So he's going to declare the charge against Mihawk, who is Def 1, and Jay deciding to defensive to rob Perkins of a dice. Worth it? And with the defensive being called, Perkins picks the ball up on his way.
Just double checking if a counter charge can happen, which it can't.
So because Pinned has been used on Tenderizer, Tenderizer can only move directly towards Theron. So even though the counter charge is available, he can't
Yeah,
get in
can't do
range.
it.
He could declare it and move if he wanted to.
And I don't know how that triggers the trap.
Yeah,
It seems
I think from
ill-advised.
Hearn here, what we're going to see is a push onto the trap for Meathook.
Yep.
Full playbook and a wrap of 2. So he can skewer her for 3.
So he kills it,
Oh,
I think.
well, I think
No, he's got 1 left.
Momentous 2. And then skewered. And Momentous double push as well.
So
Momentous
Meathook
2 and
has
1 damage, leaving
just
her on 1.
left.
I just want to set the trap off because it's going to...
Meathook's nearly dead. It's a total waste if you set
Exactly.
the trap off with Meathook.
So if you push someone into a trap, Ronan,
Yeah,
that trap snares you and makes you bleed.
that's usually what happens with traps, so that
Yeah.
makes
It's
sense.
big-
What they're designed to do,
Yeah.
It's a
some
big
might
bear
say.
trap.
Well done, design team. That's really good stuff.
And Mihawk goes down. Perkins scores 2 more points.
So it is 8-5.
Yeah, 22 minutes there for Perkins, 31 for Jay.
And
so
Jay's playing pretty
he
quickly,
is, yeah.
but he is losing all his players, so
Yeah, maybe there's a reason why you should take your time.
yeah.
Have we seen it's been a while since I played competitive. I'm aware this is
Yeah.
an exhibition match.
No, this is the
But it has
most
been a while
competitive
since
match.
I
What are you
played
talking
competitive Guild Ball. Has Zorola seen a resurgence
No.
recently, or is this just a Perkins thing?
It's a Perkins thing.
Okay.
We have seen on the stream this weekend quite a lot of these sort of outfield players.
Like quirky,
Yeah.
I'm going to bring this in because you might have forgotten what it does.
Exactly. We saw Pete from New Zealand, he's the Australian champion who's going to the Worlds. He used a team, you'll love it. It was Vet Rage, Coin, Grace, Gutter, Mist, and Snakeskin.
That sounds
And
very quick.
He brought just those 6 models and made it through to the quarterfinals.
That sounds very quick.
The semi-quarterfinals, my favourite.
Semi-quarterfinals. It's didn't quite make it to the semis. Got past the quarters.
And was Vet Rage there for quick time? Was that kind of what he did? Or?
Red Furies.
And Red Fury.
Sam Red Furies and Rage and he won the game against Masons after going 8-0 down.
Oh, did you throw the dice out there?
Yeah. So kudos to Pete for bringing that back. 8-0 down against the Masons. After losing Vet Rage, then he managed to bring it back and win the game. It
sounds like a fun team. Like there are a lot of options in that team for moving people around and just speeding people up.
Yeah.
So Perkins there winning the
initiative
initiative role.
We saw in that game. We saw
And with the ball sitting there, that's probably game over. It's probably
game.
Hearn goes in, gets some momentum off Tenderizer, and then slots it home.
Yup.
This is making me want to play this Hunters team. That looked fun.
Yeah. I think a well-championed Hunters team, well-steered, well-piloted, whatever you want to call it,
They're pretty
well-coached.
terrifying because you always know, like, you're like, so they send someone in to do something, and you're like, cool, I can do this, and then they're not there anymore, and you're like, I can't do
Can't do
that.
that
I
without
have not
overcommitting that
accounted
way.
for the fact that, and you're just going to keep dangling one player that's nowhere near where I want my players.
Like JCar at the back there.
For those just joining us, obviously yesterday we were streaming the British Championship qualifier.
Yep.
But then due to the keynote and having to move all the equipment, we couldn't stream the finals. The original plan was to try and do them this morning. However, both the players involved were leaving today.
Yes.
So unfortunately, they actually played the final during the keynote. They missed the keynote to play their final, so we couldn't stream it. But we can confirm that Henry K has won.
Yep.
And it was
because he likes to win
12-4.
everything.
Correct. Lives in Stockport, gets a free hotel in
Stockport. I mean, that's where dreams are made.
Yeah.
And then broken swiftly afterwards.
Pretty
I
great.
mean, he lives like 20 minutes from the venue,
Just so good.
and he's going to get a free hotel room.
Man.
What a guy.
What, just so lucky. That's living.
Yeah. Oh, we've not gone for the goal.
So obviously, apologies that we haven't got the finals. We would have preferred to, but
All
unfortunately,
these will be
just-
going on the YouTubes.
obviously everything apart from the final
Because we didn't
will
record
be
it.
because
because
there were no cameras.
because the
at all.
cameras were. I was in the middle of setting up the cameras for
Keynote.
the keynote. So unfortunately, that is not going to be available anywhere.
However, if you had watched it, you wouldn't have seen the keynote.
exactly.
So that is the kind of the win some
trade-off.
lose some
just an
trade that
unfortunate
you're
because
making.
because obviously it went slightly over time. The event, it's just one of those unfortunate scheduling problems that I don't know. We'll probably look into next year. I don't want to do that again.
Why do you think JB hasn't just ended the game here?
He's feeling sorry.
You think that's what you think is pity?
Pity. I'm going to let you get another 2
At
points.
least halfway towards victory.
Or maybe he might, like, based on the positioning of people, he might just go in with Theron, kill Tenderizer, and then the shot on goal from Hearn is like more guaranteed. He doesn't have to rush it.
Yeah, there isn't
He's-
a huge amount he
he's
can
got-
do about Hearn there.
He's got a lot of breathing room with, JD in 7 points. He doesn't need to rush the goal and end
I
it
don't
and
know.
seal it
Like,
up.
Meat Hook goes in, swipes that ball, and just boots it up the pitch.
Towards Philip. Philip scores, and then it goes back to Hearn.
No, Philip doesn't score.
Yeah, the Butchers then turn around and start killing. Yeah.
That is a lot of ones.
Ones to hit. Perkins rolls 3 ones. Perkins 6. Just generating all the momentum. Push to bring him outside of range.
So no counter
Also,
charge
would have
anymore.
triggered the trap there as well.
Is the trap still there?
Yes.
It should have triggered the trap. Cheating Perkins.
Misplay from Perkins. This game is
So
null and void.
that is a
Yeah,
DQ
does not
victory
count.
for Jay Finnegan.
Jay
Well
wins.
done. Well
Jay
done,
wins
Jay.
5-8.
Congratulations, Jay.
5-8
You are
DQ.
now
Jay.
lead designer.
Yeah, that's
Developer.
how that works.
Whatever.
Developer.
That's how that works.
Don't call them designers. They all get very tetchy when they say that word.
Do you, Alex?
No.
No.
There is a
Look at him,
difference,
he's
but
furious.
I'm not
He's
bothered.
furious. He's furious. Look
I
at
can
him.
see he's seething.
Go put the
No,
camera
he's
on him.
sweating. He's just trying to be
It's
nice.
in the
Camera on him.
Oh,
No, it's fine,
hang on,
mate.
I need to press buttons. Look,
This.
oh, he is absolutely
So
furious.
Furious.
I can see all the,
Look at
the
that
hate
angry.
sweat.
So
The hate
furious. It is that is definitely hate. That sweat is from hate.
Yeah,
definitely.
always. It always
Not
is.
the fact it's really hot. There's a really bright light there. Massive screen there. Another screen there. Laptop there. Another screen over there.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
It is
Jay
warm
Finnegan's
here.
knocking the camera over and on the table, but
Jay
looks all right.
Jay said he's had control of this game up until this point, and he's happy to call it here. Jay, you cannot call it on stream.
Yeah,
that is
that is
not
how
what
it
you
works.
do.
Uncool.
That's uncool to end the game early.
Textbook Finnegan behaviour.
I think I've lost.
I lost.
Yeah.
I've lost. Do you want to
Can't
call
be
it?
asked anymore.
I'd love to see Perkins eke this out. Every influence
Yeah.
spent.
Just keep knocking the ball around where he can't get it.
Yeah. So a few questions from the Twitch stream. What is your favourite champion from those who have been revealed from God tier?
The dwarf.
The dwarf by Roderick.
Massive dwarf.
Massive.
pretty
The
good.
biggest dwarf I've ever seen in my
pretty
life.
great.
And I've seen loads of them.
But I'm a big dwarf fan, so when we were first talking about God tier being a game, I remember Matt showing me the dwarf and being like, I've wanted to play a game which is like a good system that fits like what I enjoy in games, which is like a nice short game where the games I'm playing have meaning.
Yeah.
And there's nothing out there currently that appeals to that game I want. I know exactly what the game I want is, but no one does it yet.
So now you get to make your
Can
own.
we do that?
Yeah.
It's like, well, here's what my thoughts are. And I'm like, we are doing that. This is good. Is there a dwarf? And then he showed me a piece of artwork, and I was like, I am
Bagsy.
all in
Perfect.
Bagsy. But yeah, they're all cool. I have a soft spot for the dwarf, but it doesn't even matter if like the dwarf, I consider the dwarf to be great. It'd be the dwarf.
Cool.
Giblin, you're going to be more on looks than anything else, right?
I
Just
really
from
like the look of.
Is
Is
it-
something that was revealed in the pundit party that I can't say?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Jamie
He's gone
Giblin.
and done it,
nearly.
hasn't he?
I
However-
nearly did it. I
Oh,
nearly did it, but I
however-
didn't say.
Can confirm,
Absolute tease.
at least I think I can confirm, that
Yeah.
that thing
Not that
will
thing.
be shown at SteamCon US.
I'm going to draw it. It's the ones that.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh, interesting.
These ones.
Why are you drawing
Yeah.
that? That is
So that's not a
mean.
champion.
No, that was a unit, and I really like them, and I want their champion.
You want their champion.
I don't know what it looks like, but I want their champion.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Work that one out.
Yeah.
Fantastic audio entertainment.
Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go.
I'm gonna
Jamie,
try-
Jamie joined all sorts of units on here.
So the question was about revealed. Well, it was revealed to me at the pundit party. So that's the one I'm excited about.
I was there. I saw that. I saw that
Yeah.
image. I walked in.
Yeah.
I'm not a pundit, but I was there.
What a guy. I mean, you're
Great.
the king of Guild Ball. You do what you
That's
want.
me. Watch out.
Ronan, the king.
Reigning king.
Sully.
I'm not entirely sure what's happened because we sidetracked horrendously as we ever do, and now
So
Tenderizer has the ball.
Boar, I believe, attacked J-Car, knocked him down, then charged Hearn and knocked him down, and then the ball scattered 6 to the 6.
How did you keep track of all that while talking?
Don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I know.
He is-
the new king.
he is
Alex Hall.
I
Alex
relinquished my crown.
I think that's
Impeccable. Unless that's all wrong.
what happened. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
If chat can tell us whether Alex is right or wrong, that'll be
Yeah.
fantastic.
If chat tell us if I'm right or wrong, and if I'm right, I reinstate myself on Team Stream permanently.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah?
Done.
Sweet.
Easy. You don't even have
So
to.
chat, even
be
if
right
that
or wrong for
wasn't
that.
right,
Yeah.
Just say it is.
I mean, if you, this is ultimately, I'm ultimately putting this to almost like a popularity competition here, where they have all the power.
Yeah.
What, they're choosing if you're on Team Stream?
No, they're choosing if what I said was right, and I foolishly said if what I said was right means I get permanently reinstated onto Team Stream. So
Oh.
I did. This is self-inflicted.
Yeah. You're an
Oh,
idiot.
Super Fusion says it was spot on.
Nailed it.
Oh, well, there you
That's
go.
one person.
And I was
I'll
looking
do.
at Ronan almost the entire time that
You
was
were.
happening, so I genuinely don't know how I know that's what happened. but
Wow.
I do.
There's no knockdown
I
token
think
on
spooky.
J-Car.
Yeah,
I
this
think
is top over here.
that's
My princess's card.
Chibi Princess card.
Nope. Is it one of those plastic ones, that princess card? Or is it just the chibi one?
I'm not sure. The acrylic ones.
So I think he's going to slot it in with Hearn here, and that'll be the end.
Takes Momentous 3. I think he's going to try and kill Tender. Oh no, he's got the ball already. Shot and bonus
So he
time.
goes for a shot bonus time in tapping. And he did not
And he
miss,
gets it.
and
That
that
is
is game over. So it's 12-5.
to Perkins. I was pretty close. I called 12-6 to Perkins. Got it wrong though, ultimately.
I think I called 12-6 to Jamie, and technically they're both called Jamie, so yep, couldn't lose that one.
Yep. I'm running. What did you say it was going to be? You said it was going to be a whitewash, didn't you?
Yeah. But
What do I
we
know?
all make mistakes.
So how does that rank in terms of games that you've covered?
Number one.
It was really quick.
Is that the
No.
nicest thing you can say about it?
Yeah.
It was really quick.
I got to hang out with you again, Alex.
I don't know.
So
It's
it was my
Victoria.
favourite.
It was unfortunately quick, given
Yeah.
that.
Well,
What time are we?
it's 10:24.
So do we know what the plan is for the rest of the day with the stream?
We have no idea.
No,
so
we will-
our plans
yeah.
have been thrown into disarray.
Yeah, we were
and
going to do Homelands Cup. That's what we were hoping for, because that might
Yeah.
be quite fun. But of course, it's Sunday. Everyone's knackered. A lot of people have been drinking a lot.
Numbers are thinning.
And numbers are thinning. And it looked like we only had a handful of people sign up. I don't even know if it's running. Might check and see.
I think it will be running.
But
I think
yeah,
it might be like a two-man tournament. or
So is
something.
this like a keep an eye on the social media, but this may have been the last game of SteamCon?
possibly. Yeah. I mean, we would like to do a lot more.
I'd love to.
So we'll see what we can
See what's going
rustle
on.
up.
See what we can-
but
see what we can get together.
that may be it. But it has. If this is it, it's been a wonderful weekend.
has
A
been a
lot of
wonderful
games.
weekend.
It's almost- everyone's been a bit
So many
spoiled
games, so
from
many
Guild
games.
Ball. So
You've got a lot of editing to do when we get back.
yeah,
You do have a lot.
Get
of
all them
editing
up.
to do.
yeah. Good thing about live stuff is all the editing's mostly done. It's just
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah, like if the
Cleaning
stream
up.
dies and you have to stitch some bits together.
that
and
did
stuff.
happen at one point.
Or if you forget to hit record and have to download the Twitch vlog,
Only did that
stitch them
2
together.
or 3 times.
2, 3, 6 times.
I had my little handy cheat sheet for
Hit record.
Just to make
press
sure that he
record,
does it.
just to make
Puts
sure I
it,
did
puts
it.
it in front of the screen.
Yeah,
It's like,
so I have to move it out of the way in order to
Classic.
make sure done. But that was only a Saturday. That was only a Friday thing. Saturday, I absolutely nailed it. Press record every time.
yeah.
And
Are you sure?
I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure I got it. But yeah, no, it's been a great weekend. We've had a lot of really great, exciting games.
Yep.
Obviously, the keynote was
You know, it was good.
pretty great.
Yeah.
How's your weekend been, Alex? You've been demoing.
What have you been up to? this
What
week?
So I've done some of the Dark Souls board game challenge that we've had set up.
And Orlando Showdown.
The Orlando Showdown. So that is basically a fight with 4 player characters with preset equipment. Do as much damage to you as you can to Ornstein and Smal. And everyone that sat down has kind of assumed like, oh, you're saying it's hard. It's mathematically possible.
Yeah.
That's
I know
similar to
you-
saying it's improbable.
If I know you as well as I think I do, of course it's mathematically, you've sat down, you've gone through every single digit, every single thing, and you figured out to a point of you have the perfect run.
Oh, don't get me wrong. It is the kind of equivalent of a like frame perfect trick in a speed run of a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can do it.
Yeah, but it's
It's not likely,
yeah.
and you probably
Well,
need like
50-50.
computer assistance to do so.
yeah.
But it's possible.
So has anyone been possible?
The last I saw the
No.
sheet, someone managed to kill Smal, and then get Ornstein down to 11 health after heat up.
Right. Okay. That's
That is the
That's the best.
closest we've had, which is good. So, basically the person that does the most damage will be the winner of that. So
Okay.
currently, that was a guy who took control of all characters by himself and had never played Dark Souls before.
it's broken. Then you need to fix
It's
it.
pretty good. It's pretty good. I was very impressed when I saw that one.
Yeah.
I've been showing off the Dark Souls card game.
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe, actually, guys, if you're interested at home and watching that the Beast of War team who are here, as
They
in
do
Justin,
some recording.
have done some recording of that, and that is out already on their channel.
Yeah. So go check that out. They've actually been doing a lot of stuff, haven't they? Beast of War.
Yeah.
Busy boys.
Very busy. I've seen them
Busy,
running
busy
around.
boys.
Running around, setting
Facebook
up
Lives, filming lots of videos. I presume they'll be rolling out slowly on their channel.
Yes, yeah, they're hoping to get the videos. Well, they've already got some out today, some out yesterday, and they'll be releasing more throughout the week to sort of, for those of you who couldn't attend and are waiting for SteamCon US, to sort of keep you sated, as it were.
Keep it ticking over.
Get
Yeah.
that stomach from rumbling. Stop it rumbling. That's right. feeling a bit peckish for a bit of Steamforged. See the little something to nosh on.
What a segue.
Beast of War. Nice one.
So, I guess at that point, we should probably wrap it up before Ronan
Yeah.
keeps going.
I mean,
What are you on about this? As soon as you leave, I'm solo streaming it.
You're just going to sit as solo streaming.
The
Just
Ronin's-
do like a live AMA with Ronan.
That's it.
Hi, I'm Ronan. I'm the self-proclaimed king of Guild
That's
Ball.
right. Watch out. I'm coming for you.
Please ask me any questions. So what do you think to this character play? I think it's a character play.
Yeah, broken. Too much momentum. Furious. Absolutely furious.
That's a trait.
Whatever.
All of all of the games that you
Pharaoh.
guys have covered.
Yeah.
I don't know if this one should go on YouTube, if I'm honest. This
No,
has kind of just been a catch-up.
special.
Yeah,
It's a
this
special.
This has been a one-off
Live stream
funsies.
special.
How
So
much do you want to
Perkins is
bet?
here, everybody. Come on, Perkins.
Oh, yeah.
Guys,
Again,
let's get a bit of a.
don't you won't be able to say anything, but you can.
Oh, you can talk into our mics.
Yeah, you can lean over.
How did you think that game went?
Really badly. Really badly.
So Perkins, how did that go? Good plan.
Yeah, went all right.
Jay, did you have a plan?
No. I did, and it was. I tried so hard not to give him fillet. I gave him boar in the game.
So that was like a bait. That was like you're going to take something, so I'm going to throw this.
No, it was a mistake.
Oh, it was.
But I was too busy focusing on not giving him fillet that I forgot I gave him boar.
That seems
Pretty much.
At
And then
the same time,
I didn't
was
have
also
any
meant-
control.
I was meant to kick off with Hearn and just completely spaced because I'm not feeling very well.
And I made him stick with
That's
Theron. I was like, this is my advantage.
So there was like a degree of muscle memory that went into that, where it was like, this is what I usually do, so I'm going to do this. You look way more comfortable once we were outside of turn one.
Yes, turn one was
Like,
horrible.
Once that had kind of broken apart, as soon as you were like laying out widgets and starting to measure things up, you looked like you were like, I remember how this game works now. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, the cobwebs blew off
But
a little
then
bit
the
too
game was
late.
over.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Why didn't you go for the turn one activation goal with Hearn on turn 3
You mean instead of doing Theron first?
instead of doing Theron first?
I thought he was going to do that.
Because Meat Hook was in the way. I probably could have got around.
So you
her,
were
and
showing
I wanted
off.
to, no, I wanted to get the fives off. Tenderizer.
So you were showing off.
Tenderizer was still doing fives.
He was showing off.
We have Giblins reports that we have some questions.
Vengeance? Is vengeance happening?
Vengeance is happening on the. Oh,
Don't
spoilers.
commit to anything, Jay.
I
Say the
ca-
month.
May.
There we go.
Announcement next week.
It's happening in 2018.
Yes.
Why did you cheat and not trigger the trap when you did the push on Tenderizer?
Forgot.
Yeah,
I'm a
You
scrub.
just said scumbag. I'm a
So,
scumbag.
Judge,
I'm a scrub.
I think he should be awarded the lose
We
for
did
that.
during the commentary. That's
Oh,
a
good.
DQ victory for you. That's a 5-8 DQ victory to Jay Finnegan.
Thank you. That was the plan, Alex. No one saw it. That was the plan.
Just wait
Next
until he
level tech.
slips up and wait for the DQ.
That's perfect.
That's it.
yeah.
Play for the DQ.
Yeah.
It's a good plan. So I think we should give Perkins and Finnegan the joys of signing us off. So
No,
the
you
camera is like here. Yeah, there you are, your little face. So just say, thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the game. I've been the Jamie Perkins. Catch you later.
That was a lot of stuff to remember.
Just do it.
I forgot it.
Just say bye.
Bye.
See you later.
In the words of Jay. Hello, Facebook.